Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays Umihara Kawase. I was kind of going over my channel and got a comment on one of my videos that was actually pretty positive, but I realized in rewatching that video that I was maybe not in keeping with the title of my show, The Joy of Gaming, as I really want to be, and so I wanted to revisit the games specifically that give me the most joy, and this is, above all else, my favorite game, and I think possibly always will be. It has been my favorite game for a very long time. I often talk about there being sort of long-term favorites and short-term favorites. I will often have an album that is my favorite album for a little while, but there is one album in particular that has been among my favorites for, I think, more than 10 years now. And I just keep coming back to it, and this game is very much like that. It's not always the game that I want to play the most at any given moment, but this is the game that I keep wanting to come back to. And I think one of the things that really stood out for me when I was rewatching some of my videos is that the games that give me the most joy are the ones that involve a lot of manual dexterity and precision and challenge of that kind. I really enjoy some of the tactical strategic games that I play, and there's still games that I want to come back to, but as I've gotten kind of more into my working life and into Let's Playing, I've turned less towards the strategy games that I used to be a really big fan of, and more into a fan of these dexterity games. And I think partly that has to do with my ability to talk during them, and partly it's just my love of dexterity has been growing over the last 5 or 6 years as I've been introduced to games like Umihara Kawase, Street Fighter, Zenith. I think it really started with my introduction to Street Fighter, and as I got better at that game, and some similar games like BlazBlue, that I started getting really interested in the dexterity element of games and the particular feel that gives to games. And this is almost certainly going to go badly, is what I was about to say. I'm not sure exactly what my goals are for this episode. I think I want to try to beat the speedrun route. I think that that's a long-term goal, and then also being able to explore other parts of the game, longer parts of the game, is something that I want to do, and this is about to go badly. I'm not sure why I'm doing particularly poorly at this. I'm usually able to get through this part of the game on my first try, but I may not be paying enough attention to the tactics. One thing that I've been working on in some of the other games I've been playing is focusing on what mistakes I'm making, what kinds of mistakes I'm making. For instance, I believe this is mostly a tactical mistake, that I'm not getting through that at the right times. But I think there was also a mechanical error in that I wasn't getting through it quickly enough. And so, tactically, it may have been possible to get through there, but I was doing it in a way that required fairly precise timing, and I wasn't being quick enough. And so, if I'd made different tactical decisions, it would have been less dependent on the mechanics, and the mechanical failure would have been less devastating. Now, this part is almost entirely mechanical. It's just about when do I let go, when do I grab on, what directions am I pressing. And this is a part that I can get fairly consistently if I really practice it, but I'm a little bit out of practice. I haven't been playing this game as much recently, and so I want to get back in the swing of things and really get some stuff down. And so probably I want to make this a new series. I probably won't film every time I play it, But I want this to be a bit more of a recurring thing where I try to work on the various challenges. I really am a huge fan of challenge gaming in general, and it's something that I feel like I still don't do enough of on my channel for my preferences. And I am not really seeing how I'm supposed to do that. Not really remembering how to do that. I used to have that really down to a formula where tactically I had ways of accounting for mechanical errors. Now, this part, see, I keep getting onto the wrong part of the ledge there. And so when I'm at my highest, I want to do that. And then I can sort of swing back and pull in, and then get up there, which lets me get up there. And then I can get a little bit more swing and a little bit more like that. And that should be enough. Not quite. So I'll wait till the... Oops! That was a mechanical failure. So I wanted to shoot up and to the left, and I just didn't repress the shoot button, and so I ended up dropping. So that's been going so badly that I think what I want to do is head over this way and do something a little bit different. I'm a big fan of persistence, but I also know that watching someone fail the same jump 10 times in a row is not always the most entertaining. Now, this ended up putting me in a place that I didn't expect, and so I'm actually ending up looking at the same jump that I was looking at previously. But I am connected in a different location. And so maybe I can make something happen here. If I go like that, and then like that, and then like that. No, that's not getting me anywhere. Okay. So what I want to do is get some vertical speed and then get just straight up into that chimney, and I'm just not making it. And so I want to see if I can get a little bit of spring in my step, and then maybe move my way up a little bit. Nope, not gonna make it. Alright, so I thought maybe I could get out of there by doing something a little bit tricky. Didn't quite make it. So let's try going over the top again. See if we can figure something out. And if not, well then we're pretty much coming to the end of the line at that point. And that happens remarkably often in this level. I actually find going over the top to be just as difficult as going across the bottom. So, my concern when I'm playing this is that the way that I play it to get the most effective plays, and the way that I do it to be the most entertaining are completely different. And that's... I actually managed to do that. So, okay, things are getting a bit frightening. So, can I get over to the right there? I'm not even sure. Yeah, it looks like I can. So I can come down this way, and that was a little bit frightening, but we made it through. We only have one life left. So I want to make sure that I'm being entertaining, but I also want to make sure that I'm making some improvements in my game, and so I'll probably do some off-camera practicing. I will probably do some editing. I don't know. I don't know if we'll do some editing. That's something that I'm kind of uncertain about yet. Now this part is something that can take a very long time and often costs me a few lives, but is actually one of my favorite parts of this game, because it's a very challenging jump with very tight timing, and that's something that I find incredibly satisfying to work on. And so when I'm by myself, I can use save states and stuff to just try this jump over and over and over. And it's something that I find deeply satisfying, but it's not something that I think makes great watching. So I need to really think about how I'm going to put these episodes together if I'm going to be doing more of them, how I'm going to construct them, how I'm going to organize them. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any thoughts, I would love to hear about them in the comments, but most of all, have a great rest of your day.